It's the 11th of May 2009. I'm just about to jump onto a train to go into central London to see another of those groups that our population and our government especially finds it very easy to forget. It's ex-military service people whose service dates back many years, but who served not quite 22 years in the services and don't get a pension. Sounds pretty unfair already, doesn't it?
When a constituent of mine, Sid West, came to visit my surgery and told me that he'd been in the army for 17 years, 17 and a half to be precise, and yet he wasn't getting a military pension. I thought this is a bit odd, because he told me that other people who left the army do get military pensions. And it's turned out that in 1974 the law was changed, which meant that if you'd served less than 22 years before then, you wouldn't get a pension. But then after 1974, everybody would get a pension. And you could be serving alongside somebody, you might have been in the army for 10 years, serving alongside somebody who maybe joined 5 years later but served for only 8. The person with 8 years would get a pension, the person with 10 wouldn't, because they might have left 2 or 3 months before the other. So I think this is an injustice which now does need rectifying. These veterans, who are all getting on in years mainly, like myself, they are all feeling, rather let down, even though the government itself says that our veterans and our armed forces are a unique case of service to the country. But the government also argues that, well, if they got it, everybody else would ask for it as well in the public sector. But nobody else ever had to sign a contract of employment which meant that they might have to lose their lives. So I think they are unique and deserve recognition. But at the moment it's very much a long shot, but the campaign goes on because people feel that they do need this recognition. So we don't know where it will end or when it will end, but the campaign will go on. This rally, this march down Whitehall, the wreath laying here at the Cenotaph, now in its 3rd year, and these people are getting more and more committed rather than less. So I think the government has a bit of a concern that it should take up this seriously.